with the pen, I'm learning life. My thirst is divine, words inspire with perfect time. Nurtured right, them man there be learning lines, rehearsing lines. Trust me, far from certified. Acting while you sleep, I'm working nights. I want all the ups to feel like that Jorginho guy on Merseyside.
Yes, guys. Yes, people. Big up everybody that's locked in. I still didn't do any Christmas celebration decorations, but we're here. We're here. Big up everybody that's locked in. We are about 2 to 3 days left from the return of Chelsea. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to it. Let me know if you guys are scared shitless. Let me know if you guys are in the middle on it. Plenty to get into in today's video. We're going to be discussing some transfer news because there are still some topics that have popped out. We're going to be talking about Jorginho and Kante looking very likely to be leaving Chelsea at the end of the season. We're going to be talking about Declan Rice as a potential replacement for him. There's some little things on Savić, Santos and Fofana that's not really that deep. It's just Santos and Fofana are likely going back on loan because, shock, they're not going straight into our first team. I don't think anybody else really anticipated that. But yeah, they're going straight into the loan army. They'll get some time to develop, hopefully in the Premier League, and we'll see how they develop. But big up everybody that's in here. We got nearly 100 of you guys in here already. Hit the like button. Subscribe on your way in if you haven't done so already. Hit the bell notification button if you want to know whenever we go live next. I don't think we're going to be going live again until after Christmas. Probably not until after the Chelsea game, because Boxing Day is going to be filled with fixtures, so there's no point streaming during that. You know me, I don't like streaming during Premier League matches, so I'm probably not going to stream on Boxing Day. Christmas Day is Christmas. I'm probably not going live. And yeah, I probably won't be streaming on match day either, unless there's some transfer news to discuss. So this will be it until after Christmas. So big up everybody and have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to say that early and let's see what everyone is saying. Horizont is just going off on a mad one. Every Chelsea game ruins my mood. I hear it. But we haven't lost in 4 games in a row since 1998. So in my lifetime, I haven't seen it. So you never know. We probably won't do it again. Potter is a potato. Don't really agree, but fair enough. Nobody's passionate anymore. Bro is off on a mad one right now. Man, bro, Chelsea ain't played yet. Relax, my friend. Relax, bro. You never know. It could be better than we expect. Like, I looked at Bournemouth's run, and they haven't won in 6 league games. So I get it's mid v mid right now, but this is the perfect game for us to bounce back. This is a very good game for us to bounce back in. Say no to that fat bum Declan Dyche, apprentice of Brexit ball. For the price tag, I'm not against it. I'm not really against it, but we'll delve into it. Big up yourself, bro. Big up Charlie as well. Hope you have a good Christmas. Big up Gavman, saying Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a safe and joyful time until Tuesday night when we play again. Because you know it ain't going to be joyful. But yeah, up the Chelsea and Merry Christmas, bro. And yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody in here as well. Big up everybody. Big up Texas Blue. Big up Henrik. Big up Miko. Ariana Cooper, big up yourself. Hakim Ziyech is saying Ziyech is staying. He might be. I know AC Milan can't afford him, but Ajax still want him. So you never know. It all depends on Ziyech. Does he want to stay? Does he want to leave? It's up to him. All we've seen is that Ziyech wants to leave. So I wouldn't jump to conclusions on that one. Fraser says new intro, and then the same. We haven't changed it yet. I just haven't had the time to get to it. Probably around New Year's, you might see a new intro. Or I'm going to just bring back the countdown and put the Jerseys FC sponsorship in front of it. One or the other. Big up Lewis. There's reports that Koulibaly... I saw this, but this is a load of bollocks. We just signed him to what? A 4 or 5 year deal, and now there's rumors he's going back to Italy. I'm not even going to... I wasn't even going to bring that up because it makes fuck all sense. It's not going to happen. There's no way we bring in Koulibaly on those wages as well, and then we get rid of him after a year. It's not happening. Maybe in the second year, if he doesn't pick up form, but I doubt that for right now. Big up Luca. Supreme Quads, big up yourself, bro. Senegalese Maldini, big up yourself, my guy. What else is everyone saying? Kante won't be back till the end of February or the start of March. Yeah, I saw this. He's out for another month. Hey, people still want to keep N'Golo Kante. Kante don't even want to stay from what we're reading. Fabrizio said the feeling internally at Chelsea is there is a very good chance of N'Golo Kante to leave in the summer. He is really happy in London, would love to stay, but the feeling with the club isn't the same as 2 to 3 years ago. So it sounds like it's an issue beyond wages. Maybe he just wants a new challenge. Maybe he does just want better wages on top of it. I don't know. This article kind of contradicts itself a bit. He's happy in London. He'd love to stay, but the feeling with the club isn't the same. So he wouldn't necessarily want to stay as much as they're making it out to be. I don't know. I don't think he gets the wages he wants here. I think he's done everything he has to do here. He's also not getting the game time that he would want anyway because we just don't trust his body. I think he might as well just leave. Maybe he comes back and he's a lot fitter. Maybe. But he might have already started pre-contract negotiations with the likes of Barcelona or PSG before we even get to that point. So, Kante looks likely to leave. And it is what it is. Hey, Jester's in here. It's nice to see you, my guy. Big up. If you want the link later, let me know, bro. And yeah, hit the like button, people. Have some Christmas spirit and help a brother out, at the very least. But big up, bro. Big up, Big Ron. Big up Zia. Oh, no, we said that. But big up yourself anyway. Man says back to club football. Yeah, but you never know. We might win. We might play well. I'm trying to be optimistic. I really am. But we'll see. How is Declan Dyche a replacement for Georgie? The bum can't even add 5% to what Georgie adds on the ball. He's just here for Brexit ball. He's here. The main reason why Chelsea want him is because he's tall, imposing. He's a good ball progressor. He can play as a centre-back, DM, and as a centre-mid if needed, so he's versatile. I see why we're bringing in Declan Rice, if he does come. And the price tag's gone down, so I'm not really as against it as I was before. But us letting Jorginho go just means we have to go in for another DM too. So I'm in two minds about it. Like, Rice should come in. Whether Jorginho stays or not, all depends on the terms that he's asking for. And it all depends on the club's valuation of him too. I would keep him for leadership in what's going to be in a much younger dressing room next season. I would also keep him as a rotation option, but if he's asking for too much of a pay rise, I understand letting him go too. Like, regardless, Jorginho shouldn't be a starter for us next season. We do need to move past him. We need to move past N'Golo Kante too. I do think Jorginho could still offer us something for a year or two, but I wouldn't give him too much of an extension either. 30k max if I was in charge. And anything past that, no. Just let him go. Who else is in here? Ravi, big up yourself. President Jafar, big up yourself. Adam, big up yourself, bro. Do you reckon he's going to start Charlie Webster or Zakaria with Jorginho? Charlie Webster is not touching the pitch. He might be on the bench, but he's not starting. I didn't even think he was that great against Villa in the friendly. He didn't stand out to me like the likes of Dion Rankin or Amari Hutchinson stood out for me, so I wouldn't start him. I was going to say maybe in the cup we got fucking City. So I don't know. I don't know when he gets a run out. But that shouldn't be our aim right now either. The only young player that I would consider putting into the lineup immediately would be Amari Hutchinson. That's the only one. Because Ziyech is out anyway. But even then, it's probably going to be Pulisic and Sterling on either wing. So even then, that's not happening. He would be on the bench. Are you worried about City getting Rice instead of us, Lewis? City's the one that least worries me because I don't know why they go in for him. They don't need him. United, that would make a bit of sense. Arsenal would make sense. Liverpool would make a lot of sense. I'm surprised their names weren't mentioned. City, they don't make any sense at all. I don't get why City would go in for him. So I'm not too worried about them. I'm more worried about other clubs. But even if that's the case, if Declan Rice is so proper Chelsea, as everyone makes him out to be, this shouldn't be a problem. We shouldn't be worried about it. Because he would have eyes only for one club. The only questionable thing is there was quotes that came out from Rice saying 100% I want to play in the Champions League. For the last 2 to 3 years, I've been saying that. I've been playing consistently well for the club. I mean, for my club. And I feel like I really want to keep pushing. I see my friends here who are playing Champions League and for big trophies. So maybe he picks another club for Champions League football. But if he does, we need to have a conversation about how proper Chelsea Rice really is. So it is what it is. Just play it by ear. But we shouldn't worry too much about Rice anyway. For all the hype, for all the proper Chelsea talk that we've heard over the last 2 to 3 years, now is the time to put your money where your mouth is. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. We got over 150 of you guys in here, though. We definitely don't have 100 likes. We've only just scraped 50. So, guys, hit the like button. Come on, guys. Where's your Christmas spirit, people? Hit the likes. Yeah, like Charlie says, get the damn likes up, people. Full lineup, I'm going to save that for when I get the panel in. So, just bear with us. Give me about 10-15, I'm going to send the link out. Big up Frosted Myth. Merry Christmas, my guy. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you in here again, my guy. Big up yourself. Lewis, have the new Chelsea calendar in the background. I might do, depending on what players are in there. I have to have a look. If I see 12 bozos for each month of the year, I'm not buying it. I'm really not buying it. Ziyech still better than all your Duracell bunnies, passion merchants running around like headless chickens. Well, he's not starting though, so we're not going to see it in the league just yet. I wouldn't mind. He has had a very good World Cup, but he's literally not playing. So let's bring that up when he is eligible to start a match, and then we can have this discussion. Is Ziyech... Yeah, I agree with this as well. I'm not judging the defense right now. That's the least of my worries, personally. Least of my worries. And Ziyech isn't going AC Milan. AC Milan can't afford him. Maybe he goes Ajax. Maybe another club comes in for him, but he ain't going AC Milan from the way things are looking. Yes, deals, by the way. Kepa is going to be back. So we don't have to worry about Mendy and his shaky-ass distribution. Because, not even that is save percentage. Man had the worst save percentage in the World Cup. I am good. Like, Mendy, it is what it is. Thanks to the memories, it is time to leave. Time to leave. How you rejected a 6-year deal is beyond me. But I wouldn't keep him here. I wouldn't keep him here. Alex, be patient, motherfucker. I'll send you the link in like 10 minutes, bro. I'll send you the link in 10 minutes. Would you buy Vlahovic, Lewis? We are rumored to be interested in him. Yes, but you won't change nothing. That would be a signing for next season. Once we get some better creators in, once we get a more solid midfield, then I think Vlahovic impacts us. Right now, he will die a painful death because of Mount and Havertz. So it's pointless. It's very pointless. But even then, if he comes, I don't mind. I don't mind. Hey, big up Duoscope. Big up yourself, bro. I'll send you the link in a little bit too. Victor as well. I'll throw you the link too. Everyone's in here. Everyone's in here. Chelsea are the only club that would get right. Liverpool, I think, could go in for him. I genuinely think Liverpool could go in because their midfield's fucked too. So that I could see happen. City don't make sense. Maybe United doesn't make a lot of sense either. But I do think for depth it would be good. But then again, the price tag isn't really for depth, so maybe not. Maybe not. As removing it exactly, bruv. Well, it's not even him. I just want to see who else is on there too. Anything else? Anything else? Yeah, Duoscope, I saw that, but it's bollocks. It's bollocks. There's no way we're getting rid of Koulibaly just yet. We have literally signed him. Just signed him. We're not going to get rid of him in 6 to 12 months. I think maybe have another conversation at the end of the season, but it would have to be pushed by Koulibaly for it to happen. It would have to be pushed from him. Was there any other news? We spoke about Kante. Jorginho is kind of the same thing. The expectation is Jorginho will leave Chelsea at the end of the season when his contract expires. It's true. Relevo's also said it's true that there's no agreement between Chelsea and Jorginho just yet, but there are margins to get closer. Sounds like it's closer than N'Golo Kante, but they're saying new contract talks will be expected between January and February. We are really hearing different things from a lot of different sources. Because I remember, I think Simon Phillips or Matt Law or Ben Jacobs, one of the three, was saying that it was going to be done over Christmas. Now we're hearing January to February. God knows what's happening with that one. If he goes, oh well, we move. If he stays, might be good experience for us. Regardless, he should not be starting for us next season. Oh yeah, Quads. I wanted Emi Martinez until I saw this shit as well. I'm good. Argentine Kepa. We don't need that. We don't need that. Don't need that at all. I think it's possible considering his age and how... But then it's just a giant waste of money. Like, why the fuck did you even bring him in? Like, you knew he needed time to adapt from a new league. Like, you've put him on nearly 300k a week. What was the point? Like, that would be another thing that would make me think, what are we doing? What are we genuinely doing? Because we're just signing players for the sake of them and then bunging them off in a year. The only new signing that I could understand going in the summer is Aubameyang. Because Aubameyang is literally like just putting a plaster on top of a gunshot wound. He's not going to do anything and he's only going to be there short term. Koulibaly, that don't make sense. You could get a good 4 to 5 years out of him. I don't believe those rumours at all. Because it's just brain dead. It's genuinely just brain dead. Looks like Havertz and Mount are likely starting Bournemouth away. Probably. Like, Mount definitely will start because we've got Kante out. We've got Kovacic out. Who else is out? Ruben's out as well. Yeah, Mount is 100% starting. Chilwell, Fofana, Kante, they're all missing the game. And Broja with his ACL injury too. So if you look at the midfield, it's probably Jorginho, Gallagher, Mount by default. If we play a 3-man midfield. Up top, Havertz, I don't know if he starts. Maybe he does because he bagged that hat-trick against Brentford in that closed doors friendly. But it depends on the formation. Because I think Aubameyang still should be starting through the middle. And I would rather Sterling and Pulisic on either wing. So I don't really know where you put Havertz into that. Bring him off the bench, in my eyes. I think he's better off the bench. Starting him doesn't really work for us. But it might be a good game for him if he starts anyway. Bournemouth are shit too. They're shit too. But even in spite of that, if they beat us, they're 2 points behind us in the league. This game could swing our season on a fucking pendulum. Because if we win, we could go up to 6th. If we lose, we could drop to 11th. If we draw, God knows. But somewhere in between that. But Bournemouth are in shit form too. They have lost. They haven't won in 6 league games. Their defense is dog shit. They concede like 2-3 a game. We should be winning this one. We really should. It's not like the last few games where you're playing a top of the table Arsenal, a Newcastle side that's unbeaten at home, and literally Man City. This is Bournemouth. If we cannot get a result against Bournemouth, where are we getting a result? Genuinely, where are we getting one? So this game is very important just to instill some confidence into the fan base. Because if you can't win a fucking game like this, I don't know where we're getting a win from. And I don't know where we're dropping to because it's only going to be downhill from there. But we will see. We will see. Yeah, that is a dead midfield. It's all we've got. Well, we have Chukwuemeka as well. He could potentially start, but I doubt it. I just doubt it. But there's nobody else. Ruben is out. Kovacic is out. Kante is out. So we are stuck with Jorginho, Mount, and Gallagher. And yeah, it's a fucking atrocious midfield. But it also screams done in transition as well, because Mount and Gallagher are going to be running around like headless chickens. Lewis Hall in midfield? That's potentially, because he was good enough in the last 2 games that you could see him get put in there. He's now shown he can have a good performance against Premier League opposition. Chukwuemeka hasn't really had a start for us. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he started a game for us, so I don't know if he would start this game either. Lewis Hall, I could see happen. It might fill me with a bit more confidence, but yeah, I don't know. Bruv. Yeah, if they sit that deep block against us, it's long. It's long. Because the forward passing from there is atrocious too. Pulisic, Hutchinson, Aubameyang front 3. I wouldn't mind that. I just don't think he's going to put Hutchinson straight into the team. But I would like it. If that happened, I really would. But I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Man, if we lose to Bournemouth, I'd strongly consider going on loan. You probably will. I'll still be here anyway, but I fuck it wouldn't blame you by then. I wouldn't blame you. Oh yeah, shit, Zakaria's still here. Okay, cool. So Mount can duck out the lineup then, and you can put Zakaria in. Push Jorginho a bit further forward. Maybe you'd get a better performance. Maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't rate whatever midfield we put in. So, but Zakaria has looked good. So I wouldn't mind. That is a very fair shout. Lewis, you hear on Matisse's channel, the guest said Chelsea Academy just produces road runners and less emphasis on technical ability. This has to change. I think it's a bit of a vague suggestion to make, but I could understand the reasons why whoever said that made that claim. I have to see who else comes out though, because I mean Hutchinson looks like a baller. He looks technically sound. It's early. It's still very early. Big up Mitchy boy. Big up yourself, my guy. Have a Merry Christmas too, my friend. Zakaria was mid against City, though. Yeah, we've only got 2 games to judge the player on, innit? He had 1 brilliant performance, 1 mid performance. Again, it's Man City too. I don't know. See how he plays against Bournemouth if he starts, and we can make a better judgment call. Glad Reece James is back at least. Yes, at least we'll have a much more solid right side, depending on who else is on the right with him. But we have to see. Anything else? Oh, we bought Hutchinson. Yeah, he ain't even Cobham. Fuck's sakes. Forget it. I give up. But hey, we have Reece James. He defo ain't a roadrunner. And we also technically produce Christensen, so I'm taking that as a 3.2. It is what it is. I don't make the rules; I just enforce them. Reece is fit to start, by the way. He had 60 minutes in the Brentford friendly, and he hasn't been mixed in with the other players that aren't fit to start. So I expect him to play. Yeah, you know what? I think it's that time to send the link out. So. Yeah, I'm going to throw the link out. Oh, Jester said he can't hop on. No worries, brother. Merry Christmas, my guy. Merry Christmas. Let me send the link out to everybody. As I do this, as always, hit the like button, subscribe, all of that. You already know. And yeah, let's see what everyone's saying. Let's see what everyone's saying. Great. My laptop's moving like Jorginho in transition again. I can't be bothered. In your own time, my friend. In your own fucking time. All right, cool. Cool. That's everyone. That is everyone. All right. Cool. Who's in here? Oh shit! My bad. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. What's everyone saying? What are you guys saying?
Low confidence, I would say. All good.
Low in confidence. I don't fucking blame you. I don't blame you. But we should be fucking winning this game because Bournemouth's form is as bad as ours, if not worse. We should not be fucking this game up.
You do realize that's the last thing that we need. Charity FC all over again. So.
I know, but like seriously, can we not beat Bournemouth even convincingly? Is it that bad? It probably is that bad, but is it that bad?
Just make it worse. There's no trains on District Line anyway. So.
Oh, dude, that don't mean shit to me. You know that, but for you, it's a bit long. It's a bit long. Where'd you come in from? Like, where does your National Rail train go to?
Clapham Junction.
Clapham, you don't need a District Line. Just get a bus. Get a bus. You'll be fine, bro. You'll be fine. Yeah, it's the fucking Forest game that's gonna be long getting back from. I've got to fucking coach it. But hey, we move. Alex, what were you saying, my guy? You all good?
I'm good. My monitor just went dark. What the fuck? I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries, bro. You do what you gotta do. Scott, what are you saying, bro? You all good?
Yeah, I'm decent. Enjoying my time off work, enjoying my holidays. Right, the Christmas period, everything. Glad I don't have to watch Chelsea for another 3 days.
Hey, you feeling confident for the game on Tuesday? A little bit confident?
Am I fuck?
Nothing.
I feel
even Bournemouth's form. Nothing.
Lewis, I felt confident about the game when we were playing it under Sarri and we went on to lose 4-0. And that was a Bournemouth team that you could argue in places was worse than this one. Like, they brought like a 36-year-old left back on and he scored.
Did they?
Yes.
Bro, you were there, man.
Yeah, but I didn't pay attention to that shit.
They brought on a 36-year-old left back and he proceeded to score against us. And we also had Hazard in that team. Like, what? I don't feel confident in this game. Like, this is it's number one. It's Bournemouth. I don't know why they just seem to have this like juju against us, where it's like, even when we played them, what was the game where we lost 3-2 at home? Like that was
3-2.
I think it was 3-2, or we lost them at home.
You sure won the 3-0?
It might have been the 3-0. I just remember we lost them at home, and I seem to remember they scored 3 goals.
We lost them 3-0. Yes, we lost them 1-0 at home under Lampard. That's 1-0 at home under.
It's like we've lost to them with better teams than we have now. I can't remember. It was the same situation we were a few weeks back. It might have been the Newcastle game. It might have been a different game where we literally said the same thing. We've lost to like either worse or as bad Bournemouth teams who are in worse or as bad form with better teams than what we've got now. Why am I? No, I'm not confident. If we get a win, it's calm, but I'm not confident.
Hey, let's not forget.
Yeah,
have you seen the press conference yesterday? It was so dull to watch them.
I don't listen to those pressers. Potter needs to get better at that. That's the one thing I can't defend him with. He's got some crazy ass quotes where it just sounds like he's happy to be there. And it is what it is on that one. I hope the penny drops with him sooner or later and he gets a bit more confidence in there. Starts to grow into the role a little bit more. But right now, he don't fill me with any confidence at all. At all.
I just think, I can't lie, I think people are just taking the whole press conferences and just the like, no charisma and this, that, and the other, and just like coming up with basically any excuse under the bus to like find ways to throw shit at him. It's like, just who cares?
Tell you the truth, he's not good at any interview person. Like he's too fucking political. He should run for political office or something. It's
the one aspect I can't defend him with.
I don't really care. I can't lie, I don't really care. Because there are plenty of good managers who, when it comes to like interviews, like are like that, where it's everything, they can't give straight answers, or I don't
think it's a straight answer is the problem.
Or they're not charismatic. So like I just don't care. Like if this is what people are going to get at him for, It's like you're clutching at straws because you don't like him as a person and you don't want him as manager.
Can
That's
you
that's
hear
what
me?
yeah,
Yeah,
like
we
that's
can hear
what
you.
this is. It's like people are just trying to cling on to anything to throw shit at him. Like, I'm not going to say he's the best interview person in the world or he has a lot of charisma, but I also don't care because at the end of the day, those are minuscule things in the grand scheme of things. Like, I don't care if he's shit at like interviews, if in other aspects of being a manager he's good. Like, I just don't care. I just don't care when it comes to his press
I
conferences.
just hope
Unless
it's
he's
something
out,
that gets fixed
unless
around.
he's outwardly saying like this team is shit. Unless he's outwardly like bashing the players every time, I don't care.
Yes, people. I do get the some of the winter storm. I put the pants on. It's like cold. I usually in my shorts, like, but and you see, I'm wearing hoodie. This is heat pad, by the way,
We
for my
haven't won
shoulders. So
against Bournemouth since what? 2018 League Cup. That's jarring.
Yeah, we haven't beaten them in our last 3 fixtures, but they have also been relegated for 2 years, so that plays into it a little bit. Just don't like that they have a decent away record at the Bridge, and also the midfield is going to be an absolute mess wherever we put in there. There's too many injuries.
Also, the reason I don't care is because look at the managers who have been either at Chelsea or in the Premier League at the moment who are quote unquote charismatic. Sean Dyche is charismatic. He's currently out of a job and his football was dog shit. Klopp is supposedly charismatic and look what he's currently doing to Liverpool because of his dumbass signings and because of the way he wants to play football. That club is now in a shambles. Look at the fact of like Tuchel was incredibly charismatic. Was the last few months of his reign good football? And like, was that enjoyable to watch? And was that good management from him? No. So again, being charismatic is nice. Conte was charismatic and he was a cancer at the end of this club. And I'm glad he was gone.
I don't
because
think
he
I
did
don't.
irreparable damage to this club.
That's. Not, I don't think people are actually talking about that.
I think that's what it is. It's because he's not charismatic. That's the thing.
That's
because
not the
he's not
charismatic thing. No, Scott, I don't think
It
it's
is
that. I
charismatic
think
thing.
no.
It is.
I
That's
think
all I see about him. That's all I see about his press conferences. That's the most thing I see when people criticize his press conferences. It's the charisma thing, or it's comparing him to Tuchel. Like that's all it is constantly when I see about his press conferences.
What
the
dodginess of not the dodginess. That's like thing. I don't think it's a charismatic. I think it's this like it's when you ask the person for the yes or no answer, and they dance around it. You see what I'm saying? Is that a charismatic? Is that a
but again, as I said, Pep does that all the time. Pep does that all the damn time. So does Klopp. So does multiple managers. Managers do that all the time. They do that all the time. Literally all managers do that all the time.
I'm about
the
to
only
jump
managers who don't. I remember Sean Dyche didn't, but again, he's now out of a job, so it is what it is. There's very few managers who will speak their mind and will be like.
No, I just want a little bit more. Look, that's not what it is. When he asked, the reason why the questions asked about the tactical thing, and he doesn't answer those tactical questions. That's nothing about like a personal or Tuchel. It's not that. It's literally when he was asked about the situation that the player, for example, looked lost and stuff like that. It's the question that the way he dodges the question looks more like inexperience than anything else.
Pep does that all the time. He literally does that all the time.
First of all, Pep was never asked about his players look lost.
Yes, he is. He's been asked questions to do with tactics, and he does the same thing. All managers do the same thing. Whenever they're asked, the only time they don't is when they're pissed. The only time they don't is when they're at the end of their tether or they're pissed, like Tuchel got to. Have you noticed how Tuchel never did that up until like it got to a point where he's like, oh, well, it's the same players, so what do you expect?
When the players stopped playing for him, that's when he started throwing
That's the point it had to get to. Managers do this all the time where they don't answer questions like to the fullest, especially in this position when he's been in like 6 months, if that. He's not going to cut out the players when it comes to tactical things.
For me, it's the last thing I will use against them. Like that's not something fans should do it. Like this is your problem with Potter, like this shouldn't be a problem. If this is the only reason you don't like Potter, that should be a reason. Because for me, the only thing is, like, I understand him not giving a straight answer that why players look lost. I understand that. Like, first of all, the way he said it was it was defensive. Like, for example, somebody saying one thing and you all of a sudden like reacting. Like, you can see that the reaction is defensive. Like he said, I don't think so. Like, he immediately said it. I don't think so. But that's not the reaction I wanted out of him if we're going based on what Potter was saying. What I was trying to, like, if he would have said, like, look, I only had 3 or 4 weeks with the working with the guys, of course we're gonna look lost. You see what I'm saying? But the way he's answered, like, I don't think so, it's like really defensive. But again, if this is the only problem you have with manager, it's the way he talks at the thing. No, for me, the biggest problem is I think he could have done better with the squad that we have and slightly adjust a little bit out of time, not just rip the bandage and try to put like how to fucking English. Don't freaking do everything you want to do and just keep rotating the players. If you know the players don't do your job, don't bring them on the pitch. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the bandage ripping part I would like from him. But when he's doesn't do it, and I can see, like, for example, if he wants to get his new tactics into the Chelsea, but I don't know, man. It's just, for me, I just don't think he's that good manager yet until he gets what, and that's the reason why I'm backing my Nostradamus predictions. He's not going anybody over 25 because nobody's fucking listening to him over 25. That's it. And Simon Phillips has actually proved that I was right. But
we'll just have to see on that. Hopefully, if we win, we get a much more optimistic press conference. I know there's not really a lot of options, but what midfield would you guys like to see against Bournemouth? Or what midfield would give you guys the most confidence?
Yeah, I think there's only the 2 midfielders that's it, which is Jorginho and Zakaria.
Jorginho's
Gallagher, definitely starting because he was on the training
Zakaria.
Ground. He didn't go to the international games.
I thought Mount had a small calf strain or something.
Yeah, that was
He's
minor.
back in
He
the
was only gonna be
training.
for a
Oh,
day.
okay. Yeah, he's good.
By the way, Jorginho is number 1 midfielder. Roman Loftus-Cheek is going to be the second one. I don't know
He's
who's the
in.
third one.
He's injured.
Robin Loftus-Cheek.
Ruben's out.
Yeah, he's injured.
Kovacic is out. Kante's out.
What
Kova's
the
not
fuck is wrong
injured, but
with-
he's not. Kova's not.
What is wrong with what's his name? Robin Loftus-Cheek.
Not sure. He's just out. Potter said he's not in the squad.
Okay, so Chukwuemeka. That's who's gonna
Maybe.
start.
Chucky.
You think he'll get his? That'll be his first start for Chelsea, no?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it was first.
I think that's all.
I think
Yeah,
he
it'll
started
be-
already before. I thought he started
just-
one game in the League Cup.
We played
Did he
so
start
he's-
the City game?
No, he was
Yeah,
injured.
he was
started-
injured. He was injured.
Oh, Zakaria. Don't get me started on the midfield, but
Oh
anyway.
yeah, Zakaria. I forgot about him.
I mean, Zakaria can start. It's like he's had no
Yeah.
football. He's had like no football.
Zakaria,
since
Jorginho, Gallagher, I guess.
that midfield. Fucking Jesus.
I think it might be the best.
No,
that we
it
have.
depends. And depends what Blunt Mount is playing. If he's playing beside Jorginho, that's fuckery all over. But if Zakaria, Jorginho, and Blunt Mount, I don't have an issue with that.
Either way, that's just a horrible.
I-
That's just a horrible
It's just
midfield.
picking the shit the wrong.
You got Jorginho who like we know what he is. Like we know as a player what he is. You got Zakaria who literally like has had no football like at all because he didn't play or barely played for Switzerland. Doesn't play for Chelsea. He's playing on like no football. And you got Gallagher who people know my opinions on how
I
he
think
is.
you should harsh on
Yeah,
him.
Gallagher didn't even play in the World Cup.
By the way, I saw the people.
I'm not
talking about-
surprised. That was a waste of a. He shouldn't have gone. That was just a waste. That was a waste of a player. You should have taken Ward-Prowse.
I think he would have got some game time if England had beat the US, but they just played.
He
hella
wouldn't have got game
defensive.
time, bro. Like, what's he? He was literally. He's the third version of two other players they already had, both who played.
The only
like,
reason,
never played.
the only reason I would take what's his name, Blandmount out of England squad if it's Leicester midfielder would have gone. That's the only player.
Madison.
West Price, not a chance. He ain't
Madison
doing
did
shit.
start
Madison
for a
went.
minute.
Ward-Prowse should have gone. Ward-Prowse should have gone because again, you need
Madison
someone
went?
for like.
Yeah, he won it. He just never
Yes,
played.
he went.
So what's the
Never
point
played.
of changing
Literally,
Gallagher for? Never mind, man.
Because the reason you change Gallagher for Ward-Prowse is then you've got someone who's a set piece specialist who can bring something off the bench if you need.
Yeah,
else.
that
That's
doesn't
what-
work in football anymore. Like that doesn't.
does.
Hey,
work.
we were in them positions.
No.
for
The
against
games.
France, they put
Look,
Grealish on.
Scott, the games are always close between in England, right? The games. Was the games close at the score?
As in the
You
ones
don't
we had,
bring it-
yes.
Yes. So my point proven. You will not bring a set piece specialist when the games is tight, because
Yes, you do. You're like disproving your own point because you take the last few players you take in a World Cup squad are the players that will change the game in some way, either a penalty specialist or in terms of a goalkeeper, a penalty saving specialist or a set piece specialist. So in the small moments, in those fine moments, say you're playing a team that's terrible on set pieces, or or will give away free kicks in stupid areas. You've got someone off the bench where they can't do that. It gives you an X factor off the bench, and
Yeah.
like that's literally in those final.
imagine the world
Most
where
of the squad, I agree with you.
Scott,
For those
just-
finals,
just-
23,
just
24,
Scott.
25, 26, you take someone that adds something extra. That's why I would have
Scott.
taken Tony instead of Wilson.
just listen to yourself. Just say it out loud. Just say it out loud. Price is the special. How do you say it? Something special
Set
off the
Set
bench.
piece specialist.
No, not set piece. You just said something unique off the bench. Just say that out loud and let that sink in.
Yeah, so what's
Price.
Gallagher bringing that's unique off the bench?
Gallagher didn't come out of the bench either.
Cool.
That's not
So,
what I'm talking about.
so what does Gallagher bring
I
off the
agree
bench
with you. I
then? Yeah,
know.
cool. So then you take Ward-Prowse because he offers.
That's what I'm saying. Gallagher, it's least hardworking that actually bring on the training. He can bring best out of them. Do you understand that? You sometimes you
someone that's
this-
literally just train. Okay, cool. Okay. You just took someone to train. That's cool.
you bring the players. Like
For a
seriously.
tournament, you bring the players to train. That's what you fucking bring.
Yes,
them for.
you have to think of
Jesus fucking Christ! This is why
what?
England will never win anything. This is why England will never win anything. Because this attitude, you bring a player to just to train. So one of your 26 positions. that can
No,
help
he's
you
not
win something is
just to train. He's not just to train, but even in the aspect of being at the Christmas, at the Asol Kai Christmas.
Big up. Merry
premiere.
Christmas, brother.
Look, there's a,
Big up, bro.
never mind. I just like you have that. You have the training squad. You have the players that brings you to training. The reason why you bringing them at the training ground because they bring the best tempo of what you want out of your first team. And he is
So what, to
actually
keep the intensity going in
intense.
training.
Yes, it's a freaking thing. Like people never played football before in their life. I swear, it's not just about 11. When you name the 25-man squad, when you name your 25-man squad, do you understand that you're gonna train with that 25? So, for example, when you train against the thing, you have a players that are lazy. They're not gonna bring best out of you to the first team. Do people understand that?
I get the point that you're trying to make. I get the point. Like I didn't really envision that initially when Gallagher got brought into the squad. I thought it was a bit.
I'm not saying that.
I understand it.
That's not the only. No, that's not the only point I'm trying to make. it's if when you make your starting 11, your second 11 has to be competing with that starting 11 to keep him up to free. If you're gonna bring, okay, so if you bring, do you know the drop off? The drop off if you're gonna make somebody that like, I'm just shocked that people don't know that. That's the reason why 25-man squad exists.
I think it's because people would have expected a bigger role from him, but I understand like there's some smaller roles that need to be filled in a massive squad.
It's exactly.
Some people are first teamers, some people are there to get the best out of the first teamers.
I completely disagree, but this is a pointless conversation.
It's not surprise to me. I don't think you ever kicked the ball when you were like.
Oh, I definitely have, but this is a waste of
no.
time
Okay, then.
Because the whole point of the whole 23-man squad is you offer something different. Like that's the whole point of you bring certain things. Plus the reason, especially with the fact it went from 23 to 26, those last 3 players, that 24, 25, 26, are meant to be game changers. They're meant to change things. And the fact that you took someone who is a fucking replica of 2 players we already had in the squad and was never going to play is dumb. That's stupid. You take someone that's going to bring an X factor and is going to be something different. That's why you take a war.
That's what I'm trying to. Can you just say that loud? Whatever. What's his name?
Cool. So my whole point in this is taking Gallagher was dumb because he doesn't fucking fix anything. He's a replica of what they already had. But you're out here trying to tell me, he was needed because of the system is training or something nonsense or whatever it is.
Look, Madison would have been the X factor probably. Not Price. That's if you willing to die on the hill for Price because he's good at the free kick.
Yes, because again, that's something different. So who else is a set piece specialist in the England squad that would have done something different? No one. So there we go. There's my point. Apart from Trent, okay, cool, but Trent didn't play. So
Trent doesn't play, so that
and Trent also that set piece specialist is mainly from out wide. Like that's not from like. And this is the thing is, I agree in terms of Trent actually would be that set piece specialist as well, but it's having different things. But my whole point is like Gallagher, and people know my style.
Trippier was asked all to.
Rashford is good on set pieces too.
No, he's not. Fucking Jesus.
No.
Look.
Rashford is all proud.
Look. No. I'm not gonna look. I understand that what you're saying. That if this is that person, well, fuck his name, man. Scott, what's the name of it? Prowse.
Ward Prowse.
Prowse.
Ward Prowse. Yeah.
So you like you bring in the player just for one specific benefit. It's it.
When it's the 26th man, yes. That's literally what you fucking bring them for, is for that one thing that makes them different or one thing that will change a game. Yes, for the 26th man. For the first 11, no, obviously fucking not. For the 26th man, yes.
I think there's a reason why he didn't take Ward Prowse. I'm not defending Southgate. I think Southgate is a fraud. But I think he only
that's not a
I know you're defending Southgate. But I think
he's good manager, but what?
Yeah, I think he had too many set piece takers. I think that's what he felt.
I don't think set pieces would have changed. That's the problem. I don't think set piece guy would have changed anything in this team.
Okay.
I actually think the creative midfielder would have changed.
Most of England chances come from set pieces.
This is pissing me off. Let's move on to talk about Chelsea.
What's his name? It didn't look. Ward-Prowse is good on the free kicks, not on the It's it. But the problem is, it's not the free kicks that he scores. It's the headers that the actually good England is. Right? It's not the actual free kick scoring goals. It's the actual get there at the end of
what was the last action that happened in the France game?
It was a set piece.
Free kick on the edge of the box in perfect Ward-Prowse territory. But let me not speak more. Let's move on because I'm getting pissed off. Let's talk about Chelsea.
I can see it, Scott. I can feel it.
Chelsea. Lewis, thoughts on Chelsea, man?
We should beat Bournemouth. They're in even worse form than we are. But fucking hell, with Chelsea, I can't predict anything with us.
At
Whatever
least,
midfield we put is going to be an absolute mess. And I don't know. We did get a question earlier, someone asking who would we pick for the attack. For me, I would like to see Hutchinson in there, but I don't think it's realistic. You're probably going to see Sterling, Pulisic, Aubameyang. And I think that would be the perfect mix of realistic and probably our best front three.
Oh, fuck me.
Because Ziyech is still out.
C1, nobody wants to do that.
Yo, relax, man. Our attack is
I
terrible.
know, man. It's that's why it's more depressing. It's more depressing talking about Chelsea.
Yeah.
By the way, who's our set piece persons?
Money Mace.
It's probably Reece when you said.
Let's have it
You got Money Mace on the set pieces, bro. That poor wall.
Hey, man. He hits it by the valve, innit? Oh, God.
Oh, don't remind me, bro. If only you hit it with the valve a little bit more, innit? Maybe we'd get some more set piece goals. But yeah, front three, Sterling, Pulisic, Oba. Would anyone have any issues with that? Or
Nope. I think Havertz is gonna start. Can't lie.
what in the front three?
Yeah, because he came back the earliest and he scored a hat trick behind closed doors.
Good for him.
I could see it, but
I'm not saying it counts.
Oba's got to be through the middle.
Scott, you're so pissed. It's it for the next.
No, I just don't want to have it starting. Like, I don't.
I know. If it was
it.
me, it will be Pulisic, Auba, and Sterling. That's it.
Same.
That should be our front
That
three.
should be our starting 11 until we get the better ones.
That should be our front three going forward. Until we get someone else in, that should be what it is going forward.
That's literally our two biggest chance creators and our best
I
finisher.
understand if we have 5 games and those didn't do nothing in up front, then you can change. But until then, those 3 should be starting.
Facts. Oba's our best finisher. Sterling and Pulisic make our most chances per game. That should be our front 3. Simple as. Super Tommy Tuchel, we ain't hit the second half of the season, bro. It's only the 14th match day. We got another 4 left.
Also,
then we hit second half.
This myth thing as well. Like, second half of the season, he always plays great. Like, he played really great last season. Second half of the season,
Yes.
So great that he was still worse than our terrible £100 million striker who played less game time than him. Like, that's really great, wasn't it? That he was worse.
All it
than
is a meaty March purple patch, bruv.
Look,
I'll look forward to
Hutchinson.
it.
There we go. I'd rather see Hutchinson.
Exactly.
I'm actually okay with you.
Yeah.
No. Hold on. Yeah, I actually okay with Hutchinson starts over Sterling.
Not even Hutchinson. I think Ziyech could do better than Havertz. If Ziyech had the same opportunity as Havertz,
No.
If Ziyech had the same opportunities and consistent
that's
starters,
the road too far. That's the road too far.
I don't think it is.
Ziyech. Ziyech is not. Ziyech is the same as.
I'm talking about towards, for example, towards the deserve. Yes, Ziyech deserves to start more than any Mount or Kai Havertz. I agree with you. But if we go, he's not over Hutchinson. He's not over Sterling for me. Over Mount and Kai Havertz, 100% Ziyech is should be started. Definitely not over the other two. Do you see what I'm saying? Like Mount, Havertz, yes, Ziyech can start over those 2 bumps. But the other ones that over there, I don't think he has.
Man said villain arc, bruv. What? Did we have the hero arc before that? It's been a villain arc, man.
This
Come
whole
on,
time.
man. What are we doing, bro? I look forward to if that happens, but
I don't know about the Hutchinson kid. How is he ever played in the midfield?
Nah, he's a winger. He's a winger.
He reminds me a lot of the new kid at Manchester United from Ajax. He plays just like him. Yeah, he plays just like Anthony.
I see it.
No.
Some similar runs to the ball.
I like, for example, you know, if we played 2 pivot midfield, the third kind of midfielder going up, right? By the way, I think we do play back 4. So for me, if we play back 4, that's gonna be 2 pivot and 1 midfielder higher. I think it should be either Sterling or one of those techie guys that can roll, or Pulisic. For example, Sterling, Auba, Hutchinson, and Pulisic to play as a diamond up with 3. You see what I'm saying? Like 4, 2, 1, 3. Does that make sense? What do you think of that? 4, 2, 1, 3. Hutchison on the right, Sterling on the left, Auba up top, and what's his name? Pulisic in the middle, behind Auba.
I'd prefer to play Pulisic out wide.
Yeah, Pulisic likes to
Then
drift
who?
in from the wide. He doesn't really play centrally.
Scott.
I wouldn't play Hutchinson. Like, I know he was good, but I wouldn't play Hutchinson.
Yeah, he's not really.
I understand that.
But if I'm playing that,
Give me 1 minute.
Instead of
okay. I don't know who I'd play number 10. I wouldn't play Havertz. I wouldn't play Mount. I wouldn't play Gallagher.
What about Chukwuemeka?
Maybe.
I think Chukwuemeka plays better at the top than he plays in the middle. He's not a box to box to me.
I prefer him as a CEM.
Who, Chukwuemeka?
He's not a CDM. He's definitely not a CDM.
He's nowhere near CDM.
Part of me, the problem is because I know he can play that. I just haven't seen it in a while. Part of me wants to say Ziyech, but I don't know if he could work in tight spaces as well, or if he is literally just.
Yeah, Ziyech does not. Ziyech does not.
Because he did used to play 10, but he hasn't played there in a while. He hasn't played there in a while.
And it was the league that no intensity. So
Ziyech is more of like sideline by the byline, but he likes to drift wide.
Ain't even that. I just think he needs a lot of space. I think he needs more space, and I don't know if he'll get that playing.
He's a good enough dribbler. Like in this World Cup, I've watched him a lot. He's a good dribbler. Like if a player's rushing him, his reaction is very good. It's just that in tight spaces, he's not good dribbling. Ziyech.
Yeah, let's not go. Like, dude, you just like 2 steps ahead of yourself. No, he's not good dribbler. He never was.
He definitely
He's
was.
decent. He's decent.
Nah.
Ziyech, he was a good dribbler. The problem is though, like he's not. He's a good dribbler, but he's also not one that's going to get out of.
For me, Scott, remember we had the conversation. Dribbler, it's when you go 1-on-1, and he's not. I mean, he's not a direct player.
It isn't always 1v1. Like I think, no, but the thing is I think he is good 1v1. I think the problem is when he gets into a tight space, he's not someone like a.
Yeah, that's what I said. Tight space dribbling is not him.
Yeah, but isn't it?
Like this is obviously on a top level, but you look at someone like a Messi will get out of like a position where 3 or 4 players.
Isn't it? That's what we want out of the players, to get out of the tight spaces in those kind of.
He's not like a Kovacic in that aspect, but I think
not Pulisic either.
I think as a 10, that is what he would need to be. Whereas playing on a wing, he can beat someone 1v1. And
he's like Morris.
I don't think he can.
He definitely can. I've seen people 1v1. He can definitely beat people 1v1. I think he can't beat more than one person.
Would you guys start Chukwuemeka? Because I personally would, man.
Depends on who's
we got an Ornstein dagger.
What's Ornstein dagger?
Chelsea are working to sign left centre-back, current priority Benoit Badiashile. Talks with Monaco over a €35 million deal. Other options for January and the summer include Vardio. Personals agreed last window, but the price is too high. And Dika and Hincape, that Ecuador centre-back. Looks like we're going in for Badiashile. I do remember seeing these links in the summer.
Interesting.
But never materialized.
Looks like we're
going to be trying to bring him in. Ornstein is usually very accurate.
Yeah, the only thing with him, also on a side note, I do not want Hincapié. I do not want Hincapié at all.
I don't know who that guy is.
Plays for
DM me, by the way. You won the 3rd kit lottery, so DM me, Twitter or Instagram. I'll send you a 3rd
plays either as a
kit.
left back or a left centre back in a free. I don't want him. I think he's like 21, 22 from like what I've seen and what I've heard from people who've seen him more than I have. He's very raw. Like I
kind of like that midfielder that we linked on the last stream. You said he's in Valencia.
What, Musa?
Zubamendi.
I don't know.
Zubimendi.
The one
from
that
Sociedad.
Yeah, I looked his highlight. I don't know. Highlight could be not good, but look decent. Look decent midfielder.
Same thoughts as me.
Definitely not
limited
tiki
of him.
taka. Definitely not tiki taka. So I
Yeah,
don't
I've
know
seen
why
limited
Xavi.
footage of him. Looks good. Looks good.
By the
My only
way,
thing on this signing, my only thing on this signing is if we're signing Badiashile, to me, unless he is going to play left centre back in a 4, to me it means we're going to continue with the back 3 more often. Because signing someone, the difference between signing someone like him and Gvardiol is Gvardiol could play left back and it could transition between a 3 and a 4, and it's comfortable because he's played left back before. As far as I'm aware, I don't think Badiashile has played left back before. If he has, it's very limited.
Scott,
very
I
limited.
think we're gonna do what me and Moya used to talk about. This, remember those center backs that becomes the left back when you attack, but they become defensive when you overlapping.
Oh no, I agree. I'm saying that Gvardiol fits that a lot better than this guy does. I think Hincapié fits that a lot better than this guy does because again, he's used to playing left back and
does
left
it fits the price?
It's an easy transition. This guy, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Gvardiol is the price, man. Gvardiol is the price.
I will say Newcastle were interested in him when it looks like they weren't going to get Botman, and then they went back for Botman, and it's worked out
he's
very
getting
well.
bashed in the comments, man. I don't even know this guy, but
They're ripping him apart, bro.
They're ripping him. They're calling him a Zuma region. That's crazy.
They're treating him like one bozo, bro. I need to do my own research before I say.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking about?
The comments, they're ripping Badiashile.
Oh yeah,
they're all calling him apart.
Yeah, do I trust people that never heard of this kid before?
Hey, I can't judge what they've seen of the player. I really.
Oh, I can.
I've never seen him play.
Haven't seen him play one full game. I promise you that. Not one motherfucker in this.
I've never watched one game. This guy.
I don't know. I feel like their opinions could be as legit as any one of ours.
I saw him in the Threads under 21s a year ago, I think.
Oh, shut up.
Stop lying, please. Shut the fuck up, man. Honestly. Nonsense again, man. This is Christmas Eve.
I will say, can I just mention, of the three...
League One. Stop it.
No worries, bro. I'll message you back once the stream's done and we'll sort everything, bro.
Of the 4 centre-backs that are mentioned in there, Gvardiol's obviously my first choice. My second choice after him would be Ndika over Badiashile.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Because I've seen and heard very good things about Ndika.
Oh yeah,
I heard Ndika's going Arsenal.
No, hold on. I was going to get into
Arsenal
this.
want him. Nothing's been agreed.
So
Ndika is good. He played in the Euro.
Hey, Poku, you've got mail, brother. You got mail.
Yes, I was going to get into this. Yes.
Oh,
Ram's
he's
asking,
here.
where's the guy who said Colwell's better than Vardio? Brother, you have mail, my friend.
Yes.
Who me?
Yeah, you. Who else?
Yeah, what did I say? That's incorrect.
Stop lying, man.
You said Colwell's better than Vardio, bruv.
Yeah,
I forgot Colwell existed, man. What was he doing nowadays?
Has Colwell retired? No, but we're talking about the present day, not the future.
Yeah. Don't worry. Next season, we'll see he's laughing.
Yeah, when he's not playing.
He will be playing.
Yeah, for some like
I'm
Champions
laughing now, bro.
Cool.
I love that you're staying with the
Yeah,
trip.
people,
Fair
hit the
enough.
like buttons. Like buttons.
What?
This
Yeah,
is
quick
why.
question.
This is
No,
why.
you can laugh now, but I'll be laughing soon.
No. You
Soon
need to
come,
get
soon
yourself
come.
drug tested, though. You're
You're not
14 years
laughing
old.
anytime soon. I'm telling you that now.
Yeah, we'll see, Scott. We'll see.
We won't see.
We will see.
Colwell is never in any time soon within the next 3 years going to get better than Gvardiol. He's just not. I'm sorry.
I never said that. Bro.
You said that.
Oh,
No,
you said we're going to be laughing soon.
You said that.
Your whole point at the start of everything in that video stream the other day, ages ago,
Months ago.
Colwell is better than Gvardiol, which he's just not.
That's the full context. I never said that, though. I
Yes,
said
it
that.
was nice. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You're gonna be finished. You're gonna be finished.
We made the stream. You said
You're
that.
gonna let me finish.
No, you get the stream
Can I
again.
talk? I said Guava does not 90
Can
million
you remove
pounds
that
better than
article,
Colwell.
please, Lewis?
That's what I said.
He is.
No, he's not.
You're right.
He's not, but yeah.
He is.
He's not.
He is.
He's not.
By the way, I used
He's
to
not.
like
He definitely
Gvardiol. I didn't watch
He's
him,
not.
but the World Cup
I mean, he
told
is.
me that he
No, he's not.
Considering one doesn't start for Brighton and one is the third best team in the World Cup starting centre back, like main centre back, I think he is.
Yeah, there's reasons why I didn't start for Brighton, but let's not talk.
Because he's not better than what they've already got.
That's not-
Start
that's
for
not
Brighton
true.
now.
That's not true.
He played like what, 2 games?
Have you watched Brighton this season? Honestly, have you watched?
Yeah, I've watched
I
every
don't-
game Colwell's played.
I don't
He's
even think
better
Cole
than-
is better than
Look,
Chalobah, if it's being real.
He's not even better than Webster right now. Like
He's not
I
better
think
than
Look,
Colwell can
why-
get there, but
why-
he's not there right now. This is the
Why-
thing: is Colwell can get there. Colwell can get to the point where he is a quality centre back. He's not there right now.
Overhyped
Yes,
him
he's
too
3
much.
years
That's the
late
issue,
in the
bro.
development. Leave the
Yeah.
kid alone. Why is it even conversation? He's 3 years back in
Jem, you're a
development
tin pot, mate.
to
You're a
get the
tin pot.
number 1
Big up,
spot
Jem.
at Chelsea. Hello from Dubai Mall.
Hello,
Enjoy
Jem,
your
you're a tin
holiday, brother. Enjoy your holiday. So Super Tommy Tuchel says Badiashile has the bozo gene, man. You're all gonna be so mad when he joins. He's got immense physical quality, but I think his footballing IQ needs developing. That could be something that develops with time. So I don't know if that's something you can instantly judge the defender off already.
Football IQ is not something you can develop.
Who's having a moan off, bruv?
I don't know, the two
Yeah,
virgins
it's
over here.
Scott.
Right, ain't me. I'm telling you now, ain't me.
Literally, two virgins, man.
Yeah, I knew once Doku came on that this stream.
If this guy
the
comes
minute
to
it
Chelsea,
the minute the Poku came in, the other one became
Yeah,
alive.
so-
Fata became alive. It's like 2 peas in a what's that saying?
2 peas in a pod, bruv. 2 peas in a pod. Like a
Anyway,
Zubrin passed back to, bruv. But yeah, if his footballing IQ needs development, I do think that's something that you can't really write off the player this early into. Like, how old is he? Only
21.
like 21, isn't he?
21.
Plus, what do you were saying that we're signing him for the first team? We're also buying players for the development squad.
No, if we sign him, he's coming into the first team. He's
Yeah,
made
he
over
won't be able to.
He's made over 150 appearances in his career. We're not like he starts most games for Monaco. We're not.
I don't even think we need to sign centre backs.
21
Bring him.
years old.
I don't think we need to sign a centre back. To be honest.
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do.
No, don't worry. We got Koulibaly. We got Chalobah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got Fofana.
So
Oh,
we've
yeah.
got.
Scott ain't
So
sold on
the one hang on.
Koulibaly
So you've just
yet,
named
though.
you've named 3 centre backs, one of which half the fan base doesn't think is good enough. I'm not in that half, but half the fan base doesn't think is good enough. Seemingly, you've
Which
got
one?
one that is seemingly injury prone, and you've got one that has done nothing so far to show he is good enough to be a starter. Thank you for saying that we don't need a centre back with those 3 options. We absolutely need a centre
Clap
back.
your hands. Clap.
Like,
wait, who
I
do you
don't
think
it's-
isn't good enough to be a
Yeah.
starter?
Who
I
ain't gonna
think
be a start?
I don't think a lot of the fan base is still convinced by Chalobah. I am. I think he's good enough to start. I still
Obviously,
think
I
a
am.
lot.
Yeah.
Okay, what
I
about
think,
the
a lot,
others?
I think the problem is he's one of those players that people are waiting for him to have a bad game or a bad few run of games so they can just go back to, oh, he's not good enough. He's never been good enough. Because it happened over the summer. It literally happened over the summer. Like,
Trust me.
people talking about he's not good enough. He'll never be a player here, despite the fact that he had a great first half of the season last season.
Certain man said Aspie better.
Like, that's the thing. But like,
Yeah, I
we
wish Chalobah.
we need a centre back regardless of if Silva
People
leaves
keep
or not.
forgetting.
I
People
think
keep
He is
forgetting
going
that
to leave, but even if he doesn't, I think we need a centre back.
the fact that people think that Chalobah is the player for Chelsea to start the whole season. Like, I'm not saying right this minute because we shit this minute, but as a final project, this is the problem with our fan base when we put that much weight on the young kids, and same time, young kids don't have patience to learn from the best. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If we
Depends.
have player, hold on, Scott, let me finish. I understand that he's really good for Chelsea right now to start because we shit. But for example, if we competing for the Championship League, for the Premier League, game after game, and the edge of Chalobah, he should be exactly the virgin of the player. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should be. Well, you should be repeating, like, you the one that woke up the minute I said it. But look, what I'm trying to say is, if we have a player that, like a high statue at Chelsea to win the titles, Chalobah should be exactly the one that behind him. You know what I'm saying? That it's not gonna be the big deep in the drop if something happens to that player. You see what I'm saying? And he will be not on any circumstances be under the pressure, because Scott is right. The minute that Chalobah is gonna have a couple of games, 3 or 4 games, 4 games, and cost the games, all of a sudden, people gonna jump on him. My point is he needs to have patience. And by patience, I mean he needs to have somebody that he's learning from. At the minute, we don't have it, but we can sign somebody. And I think Fofana is better than him. I just don't think, I didn't see it yet, but I think Fofana as the player better than him. And between those two, the drop is not going to be that big. So that's the only thing I'm saying is Chalobah. Chalobah is good. But the ages of him could prove that he's, if you think about it, like how many losses you allow for the team to not compete in top and for the Premier League. As I remember, City lost 6 games a season.
No,
I would say 3.
Nobody asked you. 6 games a season.
So
we are far from those type of.
You see what I'm saying? So, for example, to put that kind of weight on the center back, that how old is Chalobah? 21, 22?
22 at least. Yeah, 22.
23.
23. So you see what I'm saying? Like 23 years old, not allowed to have mistakes. To actually,
and he's allowed to have mistakes. This is the thing. It depends on what your goal is or what your perception is of where we're at. Like, I don't think Chalobah is a starting centre back in a Premier League winning team, but we're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But we're not
in our team. In our team, possible.
Yeah, but when right now, and it come for the next probably 2 years, we're not a Premier League winning team.
He could
I'm
develop to be one.
I'm happy him being a starting centre back next to like a Silva or next to if Koulibaly steps up, like a lot of people think he can, then I'm happy him being the second centre back, starting centre back.
Yeah.
Especially if Fofana's going to continue getting injured constantly.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing is, I'm not saying Chalobah is a starting centre back for a Premier League winning team, because we're not a Premier League winning team. But the fact is, like, he can start for us on a consistent basis through a league season, and we will get top 4 with him starting centre back comfortably. I think
He barely
as long as the rest of the team is okay, I think he is a good enough centre back in a top 4.
Look, this is exactly
Alex,
what
he
I'm
barely
talking.
missed the season as well. He barely missed. Like, how many games?
I look. Don't get me wrong. I rate Chalobah. I understand. I just think, for some reason, lately, for the past couple of years, that the skip process of the good youth players, like to be okay with sitting on the bench and learn, has been. You see what I'm saying? That process.
You're worried about the development.
Yeah, they don't. For example, Scott, to answer you, for example, if Chalobah is gonna play game after game this season, you know, like for Chelsea, and we're not Premier League team winners yet, but for example, what if we going to be in a year or two, right? All of a sudden, we get the player that actually really good in that position we sign, because even managers will know that he's not ready to be leading the team in that position for the Premier League title. All of a sudden, Chalobah is not going to be automatic starter. All of a sudden, he's not going to be happy. All of a sudden, he's going to look elsewhere.
No, he'll be happy. He was happy to be a squad player last season. The reason why he was considering going on loan is because at the start of the season he was getting no game time. If it is a squad player in a team, that's fine. But the thing is, as well, is we've got 2 guys ahead of him who theoretically on paper are better than him and should be starting for a Premier League winning side. The fact of the matter is, through either shit performances or injuries, in the case of both, like for one or the other, he has played better than both of them this season, which says a lot. And the fact of the is like where he probably
my critique about Chalobah is exactly the reason I'm saying, when he makes some mistakes, that's the young defender mistakes. Those are not mistakes like technical mistakes, not good quality player mistakes. He makes those mistakes as a youth. I understand those mistakes because the way that his age. That's what I understand from those mistakes. So that's the only reason I'm criticizing. We should not look for him as like, for example, as the finished product for that position as the defender.
I don't think anyone is though. Like, even where I say I'm happy with him starting, I'm happy with him starting, and I accept he's going to make mistakes. Like, I accept that there are going to be times he makes mistakes. I accept that he's not the finished article, because as I said, we're not. And like, I'm happy with him starting and developing along with the rest of the team, because as I said, we're like, in my opinion, we're not challenging for the title for at least minimum 2, maybe 3 seasons.
I would say 3.
I say for me, the expectations.
In 2 or 3 years, in 2 or 3 years, he's then what, 25, 26?
Yeah.
Like, at that point, you're like coming into your prime as a centre back, as a defender, and it's like
centre backs usually come in later stages in the life.
I'd say it's slightly later, but I think it's like he's coming. Okay, he come into prime as a footballer. 26, 27 is about just in general as a footballer. Obviously, centre backs is slightly later, but so he'll be better then, and hopefully the mistakes will be less. And as I said, he's performing better than the 2 guys that are supposedly on paper better than him. So I'm happy with it.
One of them is actually playing in the wrong position. He's not playing on the right like he's supposed to be, because Koulibaly is better on the right as a centre back, not on the left. So, but we keep putting him on the left for some reason. You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing that I will. But what's his name? Fofana definitely doesn't help him with the injuries. The guy keeps getting injured and injured and injured. So
he's been injured.
We don't have choice but keep
I think this is his 3rd knee injury in his career.
So we have 3 centre backs that like to play on the right.
No, we're not like, but they are used to have a play.
Left-footed centre backs are rare. If only we
you don't have to get a left-footed centre back.
If only we had one.
You don't have to get a left-footed centre back. You just have to get
if Potter decided to play a back 4 system, like Fofana, Chalobah, and Koulibaly, are they all like right-sided centre backs?
You've got like Koulibaly can play on the left, but I think it's a case of he feels more comfortable on the right. And this is the thing, it depends, because some centre backs can play on both sides. Like, for example, Christensen and Rudiger were like that. They could both play on either side. I think Silva in a back 4 is like that as well.
Rudiger cannot.
Like
Rudiger can play only back 3, and him moving to Real Madrid is actually proven.
In terms of he can play on either, he's played most games for Real Madrid. Like, he starts most of their games. He can play. He is. Like, he starts most of their games. He plays. Rudiger starts most of their games.
As a left back?
No, as a centre back.
No, it's Militao and Alaba.
It's not. I can tell you this now. He started most of their games as a centre back. He's played left back like 3 times.
It's Rudiger. Yeah.
With like Rudiger and Christensen, like, they can play on both sides. And this is the thing, some centre backs can play on either side, whether that be in a 3 or a 4. Some can't. Some can only play on one side. Like Van Dijk's one, like he can play on the right. I think. Like, I can't remember which side it is, but he can play on one side. On the other side, when he plays either the right or the left, he doesn't look as comfortable, because it's about. Alex will probably know slightly more about this where he plays a centre back, but it's about like knowing what it's covering your angles and knowing like what's behind you and like how to position yourself on one side and
it's literally what footed you are. If you're right footed,
not necessarily.
No. It is the way your manager likes you to play. For example, the people that on the left side, the people that plays. What?
People are fucking stupid and carrying. I'm about to prove people wrong. Keep going.
Oh, what I'm trying to say is, like, for example, the right-footed players are usually on the left side, because the players nowadays, the inside wingers and stuff like that, they like to cut in. So when they cut in, you will like your center back to be on your strongest foot. So, for example, when the players, it is to block it, to block the shots, to block the run, to take off speed, you need the center back as the good with the right-footed player. You see what I'm saying? So, for example, you will.
Just to the people in the comments, especially Hakeem, since you seem to think I know nothing about football, let me just educate you, you fool. Rudiger this season in the Champions League played centre back every game that he played centre back. He's played left back twice this season in the league. Has played 7 games out of 12 at centre back. So, in other words, suck your mum.
Fucking hell, bruv.
Someone said it.
Friendly fire tax.
I think no. I think the problem with Rudiger, he's not.
Oh yeah,
playing
Galib, we're just going into it as well, bro. Big up.
He's not playing in important games for Real Madrid.
Yes, he is. What do you consider an important game for Real Madrid?
One of those Championship League games that was actually a good tie.
He played it like considering their group.
Did he start against Barcelona?
No, he didn't.
Wait, why are we even Rudiger is a consistent starter? Like, why are we even discussing about this?
He's not a consistent starter.
Yes, he is. He's a consistent starter.
Okay.
I don't understand why this is so difficult for people to understand.
I think one of the center backs are actually. I don't think one of the center backs are actually injured at the time or not fit completely. Before, he is not the one that we go for.
Yes, he is.
Okay, let's move.
Fucking Christ! Just go and look at how many games he started.
Let's see the lineup.
No, I don't want to line up.
We kind of already went through the lineup, to be fair.
Yeah.
The only real question is who do we play in the defense? We did the midfield.
Who's fit? Who's fit?
Basically everyone, except Chilwell.
No, Fofana is not fit.
Oh yeah, and Fofana. Completely forgot about him. I forgot he's existed the last 3 months.
No, is in the back. Is Chilwell is fit?
Chilwell's not fit. Fofana's not fit.
Well, is Kepa fit?
Yeah,
Kepa's back.
Who starts in there?
Kepa for me. Keep Mendy as far away from the starting 11 as possible.
The game that happened against what was it? Look on the internet. I don't know who started.
Who?
The 5-1 game. Who started in net?
I'm not too sure, but it was like most of the first team and fringe players. There was 3 45-minute halves.
Thiago Silva is fit. So Thiago Silva and what's his name?
Chalobah.
Chalobah. Yeah,
Silva, Chalobah, James, Cucurella.
Yeah, that would be. I can't lie. That would up until I would say up until Koulibaly shows something or Fofana's fit. That would be my starting back 4 going forward.
Until yes.
Yeah, until there is either an injury, or someone has a say Chalobah has about 4 games where he just has a complete loss of form. That will be my starting front 4 going forward. Maybe rotate Silva out here and there because obviously he's on the older side. But yeah, that would be my starting front 4 going forward for the rest of the season.
I would agree with that, but I would take out Cucurella and put Lewis Hall.
No, fuck off.
For what?
For that attacking foot. Bruv, let me finish, man.
Hell no. He's not better offensively.
Bro, you let me finish.
You already finished.
I didn't, but
you already finished.
Why? Okay.
Let him land.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
What's one thing when you're playing Sterling and Pulisic? Since the opposition know they're both good dribblers, they're gonna double up on them. So if you have Lewis Hall on the left who can overlap, it will give free space for Pulisic to go 1-on-1.
And Cucurella can't do that.
It's not even just that. Cucurella plays much more progressive passes and crosses. We need crosses from that left side.
You're acting like no left back or no full back can overlap. Like any of the left backs we've got can overlap.
Offensive vibes, man. That's what we do. Offensive vibes.
Also, again, with someone's just mentioned, I'm happy Lewis Hall is playing, but for fuck's sake, please just play him in his natural position. Play him as a centre mid. I don't want him progressing in his career. He might turn out to be a quality left back, but I think it's kind of wasted. Play him in centre mid if you're going to play him.
Same thing. The guy is too young to start unless we have injuries. Otherwise, keep him, let him progress with time. That's exactly what I was talking about 5 minutes ago. Let the young kid develop. Exactly. Don't throw him into the fire all the time. If we have a Cucurella,
he's been quality, but all it takes is one game where
one
he has
bad game, and all of a sudden, exactly,
one terrible game,
and we're ready to shoot him. Pokudoku, I know you like those
You,
kind of
I
things,
would.
but
If you do,
I know
that's-
what you would.
Yeah, I know your
Ah,
entire team would
what
be youth
you
players,
would,
man.
it's illegal
No,
in some
it
Your
countries,
entire
man.
team would be youth players.
It
I'm not
wouldn't,
even
bro. It
joking.
wouldn't.
Your
It
entire
wouldn't.
team would be youth players.
No, my dream team will have 5
Just
youth
kids.
players in it.
Oh my God, dude, it's
Oh my
illegal, man. You know
God.
that it's illegal.
You're
what you
nuts,
think
man.
of?
You're underage,
I
kids.
don't understand. I just don't understand. This is not even just aimed at Poku. Like this is
We
just
might
in
get
general.
relegated if we had
I
5
don't
youth
understand this
players. No,
obsession
joking.
with wanting to play like 5 youth players in the first team every fucking week. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. It doesn't happen anywhere else, apart from in.
It already happened this season, by the way.
Yeah, cool. Wait, no, again, listen to what I just said. It doesn't happen all the time. At other clubs, it just doesn't happen. Like even even at clubs, even if they produce good youth players, it doesn't happen. There'll be 1 or 2. You don't put 5 youth players in your match day squad all the time.
We'll see. We'll see.
It doesn't happen.
What do you mean we'll see? What do you mean we'll see?
It's a long season. It's a long season. We'll see.
It's an
You
interesting
know-
period going through right now.
Oh my
not gonna
God!
lie.
You know that actually, that there's more chances you get laid that will happen.
You see how much my joke bagged? No one laughed.
No, it wasn't a joke. It was a statement.
No, it was a joke. It was a joke. No one laughed.
So why you laughing? It wasn't
I
a joke. It
mean-
was a statement. By the way, who the hell is the Benaid Badiashile?
The guy we literally just brought up on the
Oh, for
that
fuck's
article we
sake,
brought up
yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
The guy who everyone's saying is a bozo, Zuma reject.
Apparently.
But-
I can't comment. I haven't watched him. Genuinely haven't
yeah,
watched him.
that's
I
the
just know
thing.
that-
Like
I
I
just
said,
know-
nobody watched them.
No, I just know
I think it's a
Newcastle.
bit too early to judge the IQ though. Like for 30 million,
like,
Does he
Give him
play
a
in DoorDash? Leave.
As
It's
Say again?
laps. It's laps. Alex is a bum. This is gonna be your last warning. Otherwise, you're gonna go
also,
on the
Mitch, boy, if you're
Pokudoku
finding it
streams.
boring, here's an
Big up,
idea.
brother.
Fuck off. Don't watch.
You're gonna
Um,
have a last warning.
yeah, like as I said, I haven't watched him. I do. All I know
Nobody
is that
did.
Newcastle were interested in him, like before they got Botman, or like they wanted Botman. That didn't work out because he wanted to move to AC Milan or something. Then they went to him, but I think at the time Monaco wanted like 60 to 80 mil, and then they went back to Botman and got him.
yeah, now it's gone down. It's a bit more realistic, but
It's because his sorry to interrupt, his contract runs out next summer, 2024.
yeah, I need to do more research before I make a judgment on it. But I'm not too sold on it right now.
I don't think. I think Chelsea still have that loan system in place. But I don't think Bolo is completely out of this system. That system worked with the youth players as a loan, buy him for the good price just because of the loan. He's not stupid guy. That people forget that.
Buy him, put him in the loan army, see how he develops.
Exactly, because there's a still problem with Chelsea making money. You have to prove. You have to prove that you know what I'm saying? Like how you say it? You have to make money even for the FFP. You have
I agree.
to
And
prove.
I think as well. Sorry to interrupt again, but like that's what like I know we're trying to copy either like the Red Bull or the City model. That's what they do, where they'll go like go and look if people just like want to do a bit of research. Go and look at like some of the players that City have signed like over the last, let's say, 5 years that have never ever touched their first team. That they literally they bought from all ends of the earth. Some guys from like Colombia, Ecuador, other players in South America, some guys from America, some guys from like in Europe, who they all have brought into like either like their youth team or to loan out. They'll have loaned to about 4 different clubs and then sold. Never touched their first team ever. Like Jack Harrison, is just an example. Like came through the college system in America, was playing at New York City FC. They bought him, I think they bought him or they loaned him or something. I can't remember how it worked. City bought him from New York City FC. Literally, I don't think ever played a game for them. Was in their like I think it's called like development squad. I can't remember what it's called. EDS, I think it's called or something like that. And then they sold him for like 25, 30 million to Leeds. Poro's another one. Someone's example would mention another one. Poro, like, is another one that they literally sold for like 20 mil to Sporting this last summer. Like, this is literally what they do. They'll buy a bunch of players who will probably never touch their first team. Like, There's so many. There's so
There
many.
is the only hope I have that if the players that loan does not work, we're okay with them going free. Leave the club. So it will not affect Chelsea first team at the end of the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the only problem I had with Marina and the loan thing. If what's his name does not work and his contract is out, do not 1 year extension. Don't do that. That's the only problem I have with the loan army. But we still have to buy a loan army. We do not make money. FFP is still there. So Todd Bowley is going to buy those kind of players just to loan them, especially if the guy has 6 months contract. He's going to be on cheap.
That's as well, like why the guys like we mentioned, like me and Josh and others mentioned earlier, like the guys like Fofana or the guys like Slonina, these like fairly cheap signings are brilliant because either they go into the first team and they smash it and they become, you know, one of the best in the world in their position, or they go into the loan system, go to a couple of other clubs, and we sell them for either what we, at worst case scenario, what we brought them for, or best case scenario, you're selling them for like 3 or 4 times what you bought them for. Like you're making huge profit.
Perfect example. Batshuayi did not work out, but the money was there. We actually made a lot of money on him. The problem was at the end of the year, we still 1 year extension. 1 year extension. Why? Just let him go. Sometimes just cut your losses. And I think Bolu is okay with it. And I'm eager to everybody to actually read. There's an article about Chelsea ownership. I don't think Bolu is the one that stick guy. I think that's the second guy, Binghali, or what's his name?
Bali.
Yeah, there's an article about him. You guys need to go read it. I don't like it. I do not like it. It's about the Super League. I forgot. It's about the Super League. It's about how he goes that about the previous regime and stuff. It's not what like the business wise. He said that the business wasn't good for Chelsea, which I like. The business is different. What you're looking for, a specific situation, specific year for Chelsea. I just think that the Super League I don't like. I forgot his the guy that wrote the article. It was between Newcastle lady and him who was on the front page of it. I forgot who was. But
yeah,
I'll have a look. If you find it, send it over.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, was it Athletic? I think it was
yes, it was Athletic. Yes.
Oh, Athletic. All right, cool. Score predictions. That's everyone's score predictions.
Yeah, let's not do that.
2-0 Chelsea.
3-0 to Bournemouth. I'm not even joking.
Oh, no.
1-0.
1-0.
I'm saying 1-0 Chelsea.
1-0. I'll go for the 1-0 Jorginho penalty because I don't know who else is scoring.
I can see Jorginho penalty opener. I'm not gonna lie. I already see it.
Also, I can guarantee
one step closer to top goal scorer.
I guarantee we're going to either the goal scorer for Bournemouth, if they score, is either going to be Stanislas, because I swear he always scores against us, or Solanke.
Solanke, yeah.
God, it's so good. What's his name?
Solanke friggin' scored.
If Dominic Solanke scores against us, I swear to God, that's going to be horrible.
It's a home game. For anyone asking, we got a nice little 0-0 from Adam.
Win, man.
Ariana says 2-1 Chelsea. 2-1 Bournemouth. 2-0 Bournemouth. Another 2-0. 3-1 Bournemouth.
Wow.
3-1 Chelsea.
Do you know what's sad?
Chelsea.
This is the position that we're in. Is I feel more confident about beating Dortmund than I do about beating Bournemouth.
Yeah, it says a lot.
UCL night. Bundesliga defense.
We'll hand it to them in a plate.
Yeah, I can see a.
You can sense the Havertz double already.
I can see a Reece James hat trick against Dortmund. Yeah, I can see it. Like,
how is that? That's so backwards. This is like an out of form team, like an out of form, not great team in the Premier League, and I feel better, like worse about beating them than a good team in the Champions League.
Hey, an 8-0
that should give us a good game. This team's backwards, fam.
Oh, even Dortmund might be a bit techie for us. Can't say too much. 2-0 Chelsea. Got a 3-1 Chelsea. 2-0 Chelsea, 2-1 Chelsea, 2-0 Bournemouth. And yeah, that's cool. EPL, we won't do a lineup, but from what we went through, I'm guessing our lineup would have been Kepa, James, Chalobah, Silva, Cucurella, Jorginho,
Zakaria.
Mount and
Nope.
Zakaria, and
I don't want-
Aubameyang, Sterling, and Pulisic.
I don't want Mount touching this fucking pitch.
Gallagher then? Gallagher over Mount?
He'll probably
I
score
prefer
2 goals.
Gallagher over Mount. If I'm being real, my middle three, I actually might go for Jorginho, Zakaria, and Kante.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. I just don't think it would happen because he ain't started.
Exactly. I don't think Zakaria starts no matter what.
Oh, probably not. Probably not. I wouldn't be
So if
surprised.
he
Again,
don't start, then
this
it better be
dude,
fucking
I am almost at the point with this dude. I feel sorry for him. This guy cannot get a game. Like, he can't get a game of football anywhere. Like,
He'll get the City.
He would actually have a positive impact on our midfield, which is also pissed me off.
He went from starting basically every game or most games for Switzerland. So he's now their like 5th choice midfielder. What the fuck?
Fucking hell. Yeah, that ain't good, bro. That ain't good. So yeah, guys, we are gonna wrap up the stream here. This will be the last one till after the Bournemouth game, unless there's any big news that comes out. So big up everyone and have a Merry Christmas.
Merry
Enjoy
Christmas,
it.
everyone.
Chelsea's
Man.
back afterwards. It's only gonna get worse. So
No,
big
fuck
up
it,
everybody.
Big up, man. Keep the
Big up, big up. Come on, Bournemouth, you can do it.
Up.